Hello, friends. Sophie Cunningham owned Jacy Sheldon from the same game that Marina Maberry did the massive Sophie Cunningham just. Turned the WNBA into her personal. Say it with your chest showcase, and the punchline landed squarely on Jacy Sheldon. The same Jacy who got a little too handsy with Caitlin Clark. This wasn't some quiet behind-the-scenes message. Sophie went full broadcast mode. She delivered it on the floor. She delivered it to the fans, and then she etched it in a so the real question is simple. How much do you love Sophie? Let us know down in the comments below. Because from where Fiverr Nation is sitting, this is exactly the energy the league's brightest star deserves at her side. Here's the reality most teams pretend doesn't exist. When your teammate is Caitlin Clark, a walking sellout, a ratings cheat code, a target for every cheap shot artist with a grudge, you either protect her or you stand around looking decorative while opponents treat her like an open invitation. Sophie Cunningham picked door number 1 and slammed it on people's fingers. This all traces back to that circus of a game, the same one where Marina Maberry tried out for special teams and trucked Clark after the whistle. But before Maberry auditioned for the NFL, there was Jacy Sheldon warming up with a "let me test the boundary" shot that had Fiverr fans ready to introduce her to a league-wide penalty box. If only the W had won. Sheldon already curating a reputation for accidental contact that always seemed to land on Clark. Threw in another unnecessary bump. And Sophie, she didn't add it to a complaint folder. She added it to her to-do list. Later in the game, Cunningham delivered a clean, firm reminder. The kind you feel in your shoulder blades that targeting Caitlin comes with interest. Wasn't dirty, wasn't reckless. It was the basketball version of "we saw that. Don't try it again." And then Sophie did something most players won't. She kept the energy going when the lights weren't game clock bright. Fast forward to a Fiverr event. Sophie is in full community mode, signing programs, smiling for photos, chopping it up with the people who show up 2 hours early and leave hoarse. A fan slides over a Jacy Sheldon rookie card and asks for a signature. Not just Sophie. Not a heart, not a number. They want a statement, a stamp, something that says what the whole building had been thinking. Sophie takes the card, grabs the pen, and writes across the front. Property of Sophie Cunningham. That's not a scribble. That's a declaration. That's "you want to press our star? Cool. Here's the bill." It's also a memo to the rest of the league. There's an enforcer in Indiana and her paperwork is in order. Sheldon, consider yourself officially put on notice. The clip hits social like gasoline. Lexi Hall sitting next to Sophie at the table dissolves in a laughter while the fans lose it. It's one of those rare perfect moments that blends rivalry, humor, and unfiltered competitiveness. The stuff that actually builds a team's culture and a fan base's identity. It wasn't stage. It wasn't branded. It was pure Sophie. Sharp, funny, and crystal clear about who she's writing. And the best part, she didn't backpedal. No. Oh gosh, I was only kidding. No, not apology. Sophie leaned in. That's what you want from your enforcer. Consistency. Because let's be honest, every great team needs one. Gretzky had one. Jordan had several. Kobe had a few who wore the technicals for him. Curry has Draymond. And right now, the WNBA's most watched player has Sophie Cunningham. Protected by choice, shooter by trade, and apparently a part-time notary for rival guards. Thank you.